woofy.
Hello,
I almost said Rocky.
tube. All right, so we'll just go ahead and start knocking them out tonight. Is the BYU West Virginia game? BYU is an 18.5-point favorite.
No way. No way. Not that many points. You know, we do think BYU is going to win, but not by that many points. They're just not going to win by that many. I just don't believe it.
There's the Space Taco.
There's Taco. I think maybe 10 points, but they're not going to blow them out by that much. I really don't think so.
The only reason why I could see it being that is because of West Virginia's gameplay. This isn't the West Virginia that had Geno Smith and all those great players on there that went to the Sugar Bowl, but BYU hasn't been great either. So I'd say BYU will win, but they won't beat that spread. There ain't no way. So then the first game on Saturday we have number 23 Illinois. Number 22 Illinois taking on Purdue at Purdue. It's a 9.5-point favorite towards the Illini.
Wait, what's that point spread again?
9.5.
And it's Illini's favored to win over who?
Purdue.
I think it's gonna be more than that.
I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Illinois is just overall too talented compared to Purdue this year. Purdue has had some good teams here recently, but they lost a lot of talent this last year. Illinois is going to win by more than 9.5. I would bank on that one.
Yeah, I think so too.
There's Mr. Neighbors. Hey, Boomers.
Mr. Boomers, what are you doing there, Mr. Neighbors? Mr. Johnny Neighbors. Mr. Neighbors. There he is.
We got number 14, Iowa State Cyclones. They're going to the Cincinnati Bearcats. This is a 1.5-point favorite towards Cincinnati. They've made that very slim. I've got Iowa State on this one though, because
I'm gonna take Iowa State and they'll beat the spread. So I'm gonna take that. But that's kind of got me thinking, did I miss something? You know, like
me too. 1.5 seems really low for that game. Iowa State's been putting up some numbers against some ranked opponents. Cincinnati, I don't think they're undefeated. I think they've had a loss.
I know. I don't know what we're missing on that one. We're missing something. Hold on, let me pull it up because why are they so heavy on Cincinnati? Oh, and by the way, the Bulls are winning 26-0 over that fluff team, whatever it was, Carolina or Charlotte or whoever they're playing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's 26-0, and it's not even halftime yet. It's still 8 minutes left in half. So South Florida Bulls are clearly got back in track there.
Oh yeah.
Cincinnati Bearcats football. Yeah, let me see. What are we missing with them? They lost to somebody. I mean, yes, they're at their Iowa State's 5-0. They're on a roll. They've been playing well. It's not that hostile of a place to play. And I'm showing here on the win probability, they were giving Cincinnati 51% versus 49% for Iowa. So they gave basically it's right there at a half and half. It's basically they're considering it almost like a 50-50 ball game. I'm just trying to see
what they're seeing. I don't see what they're seeing. I'd be banking on Iowa State.
Yeah, what are we missing on this? All right, let me look at the standings. Let me see what are we missing.
Hey, Dominico,
yeah, what are we missing on this? What the heck are we missing? Okay, they beat UCF, which is a decent team. Last year they beat Arizona State. which was a great win for them. Let me see. Colorado beat them in 2024. All right, let me get to the 2025 games here. Okay, they beat Bowling Green by 2 touchdowns. The only game they've lost, I guess why they've lost 3 points to Nebraska. That's why, because they
Yeah,
only lost. They only lost to Nebraska. They got over Northwestern State 70-0. They beat Kansas by just a field goal. I just don't see it. I don't see what they see and why they think Iowa State's going to lose. I think they're
yeah,
dead wrong. I'm staying with what we're saying.
yeah.
Or
Iowa
they're going to,
State for
yeah,
sure.
Iowa State, and they're going to beat the spread. I think these guys are crazy. I don't
Yeah,
know what they see.
I don't get that one.
Yeah, I don't either.
All right, so the next game we got is Kentucky Wildcats traveling to Athens, Georgia, to take on them Bulldogs.
Yeah, they're the worst in the ACC. I mean the SEC. I mean, I think they're one of the worst 2 teams right now. Kentucky's just don't have really anybody this year.
Georgia is favored by 20.5 points.
Now that, on the other hand, is a whopping spread.
It is a big spread,
That,
especially for an SEC team.
yeah, boy, that's a tough one. I guess I'm going to go Georgia by 21, which would just beat the spread.
Just beat the spread. Yeah, I could
Yeah,
see that.
I'm going to get suckered in. I'm going to fall for the shit. Well, I probably should be picking Kentucky to beat the spread, but I'm going to fall for it. I'm going to be a dummy.
If I was going to place a bet this weekend, I would go against the spread personally, but
Yeah,
the Bulldogs would still is still going to win. The
yeah,
the the dogs are too good to not win. So
yeah. You might not want to bet on that game.
yeah, Space Taco. I know you like LSU, but they're on a bye week this week. All right, let's see here. We got the Wisconsin Badgers
The
taking on
Badgers.
the number 20 Michigan Wolverines. It's in Ann Arbor. 17.5 point favorite towards the men in blue.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the spread too, only because just Wisconsin sucks. There's just no other way to say it.
I'll be perfectly honest with you. I could see this one being easily being like a 42-12 type of ball game. I don't see Wisconsin getting into it. I really
Me
don't.
neither. They just right now they got a garbage team. All their good draft people were transferring out there in the portal. Miami scooped up I think at least one good one because there's still a lawsuit going on. I think, or maybe they settled it. I don't know, but I
Yeah.
know there was some lawsuit going on.
Yeah, there was a little bit of distraction going on, but I don't know. I still see Michigan doing well better than the spread on that one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Michigan's.
yeah, I know, boomers. The Bulldogs are coming off of a loss to Alabama. They're probably not happy. And that may play a factor into the spread, actually, but I don't know.
Yeah, Georgia knows they can't lose another one, and especially not another one like that. You know, they know they really want to make that SEC playoff, and they really need. They know they can't win anymore. They can't lose anymore. So
I mean, I know that they're not going to take it down to the wire. They're going to win convincingly, but as far as the 20.5 point spread,
that's a lot
that's
of
what I'm
points.
not sure about.
That's a lot of points. Yeah,
Honestly, I think I could see it being like a 38-20 type of ball game, about 18 points.
yeah. I think the experts predicted pretty good on that one. But I think Georgia's going to come out sharp, and I think they're going to be pissed off, and they're not going to want to lose another one because they know if they miss that, they're going to have to get in through the back door if they if they lose another SEC game.
Yeah.
I mean,
Now
you
this
want to make that SEC championship, you're probably going to be only one loss teams in that thing.
Yeah, exactly. Now this next game, I think the experts went a little low. Just being honest with you, is the Texas Longhorns Manning and them Longhorns are going to Gainesville to the Swamp. It is a 6.5-point favor towards the Longhorns, but 6.5 points against the Gators this year, that's extremely low. I don't
You know what?
see it being that low of a spread.
I think Florida is better than what people think they are. I know I'm kind of a Gator at this because I've watched them play. I saw how they took Miami to the fourth quarter in Miami. If it wasn't for Miami's defense, I think Florida could have upset Miami Hurricanes. So I see why they're being cautious on that spread because I think Florida could actually win that game. I seriously think they could. I'm so tempted to take Florida on that game because I don't think Texas is going to beat them by more than 7.
The only thing is that Texas secondary is up there. They're one of the better secondaries. Lagway has intercepted the ball over, I think it's, if not 10, maybe 15 times this year. I mean, he's not been accurate as like he was last year. So, um, I personally I see this being like maybe a 2 touchdown game at the minimum.
Okay, I
Um,
have it Texas by 7, which just barely beats the spread. So I'm going to pick Texas, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if Florida pulls an upset here because a lot of people's butts are on the hook here. Billy Napier is fighting for his job, and the quarterback is fighting for his job. And there's a lot of chaos right now in Florida. So I don't know. I think they're going to come out and play as hard as they can.
I mean, I could be wrong, but I just feel like Manning's gonna show up in this one. But I don't know. There is a lot going on this year, and they might have some fire under their rear, like you said. So,
Yeah, like if you would have said Texas by 11, I would take the Gators. But because it's only 6.5, I'm gonna pick Texas.
hey, Beanie. All right.
Weenie weenie string bikini. Yep.
So we got the Boise State Broncos traveling from Iowa down to take on the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. It is a 20.5 point spread towards
Yep.
the
We already
Irish.
previewed this. We think Notre Dame's gonna win, but we don't think it's gonna be 20 points. I
I
could see
mean,
it maybe 17, but not no 20, almost
with
21 or whatever.
Boise State's air raid offense, there's just too much possibility there for it to get close.
Yep.
So I see it being like a 14-point game, maybe even a 10-point game, but I just don't see that spread being possible in this one.
Yeah, I think Notre Dame's gonna win, but they're not gonna beat the spread. But we were talking about that earlier. Before we went live, that's
Yeah,
one of the we thought that was a pretty aggressive point spread. We just don't see that many points. They're going to lose by that many. Notre Dame's still figuring out some stuff too.
yeah.
Carr's still a rookie. He's still figuring it out. I think they're going to rotate some guys in. I think, yeah, I think, yeah, Notre Dame's not going to take them that serious, and they're going to, it's going to be close. And they're still going to win, but I think they're going to hold back a little bit. I think they're going to rotate some new guys in.
And not to
Which would
mention
keep
that
it
they've
down.
been leaning too heavily on Jeremiah Love and that rushing that he's
Yeah,
doing. They focused in on him, and once you stop the run, they have to be forced to pass. And if you stop the pass, then it's not going to be an easy win.
yeah, I agree. I don't think they're going to beat the spread, and I think they're going to be trying out some stuff when they, especially and then they're going to come back and they're going to beat the spread. Is what I think they're going to do. I say Notre Dame by 17, which is beats the spread. See, so
All right, now this is my too close to call game of the week for college football. This is the number 24 Virginia Cavaliers after upsetting the Florida State Seminoles. They're going to Kentucky to take on the Louisville Cardinals. Cardinals is favored by 7 points at this juncture.
Okay. You're right. I got that one a too close to call too. I think that one, don't even gamble on it. But if we had to pick, I'm going to go with the home team, Louisville. That's who I think's going to win. But I don't know if they're going to beat the spread. I just don't know. I mean, I'm just going to say Louisville's going to win.
I personally would go against the spread and say that the Virginia Cavaliers would win just because I haven't really seen Louisville beat anybody of significance this year yet. I mean, they got a good team, yes, but have they beat a top team like
Yeah, I thought they did. I thought they beat somebody decent. Let me see. Louisville Cardinals football schedule. Let me see who they beat so far. Yeah, because maybe there's something here. Yeah, Miami has to go to Miami next week after they finish with Florida State. After Florida State Miami game, then Louisville's going to be going. And if they win this, yeah, that could put a lot of pressure on Miami. They got to keep winning.
yeah.
Okay, here's who Louisville's beat. Okay, by a touchdown, they beat Pittsburgh. But what impresses me is that they beat Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh. Okay, then
Yeah.
they dominated Bowling Green, and then Jay Madison only 2 touchdowns, so that was kind of weak. And then 51-17 over Eastern Kentucky, which is good, but yeah, Louisville, from what I could see, their offense is not great. Defense is not great. They're just, but see, what impresses me though was that they went in last week and they beat Pittsburgh at Pittsburgh by a touchdown. That's why I'm going to stick with my pick. And I guess calling Louisville is calling an upset because Virginia's 24 and Louisville's not ranked. So I guess
Yeah.
I'm going for the upset too.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still sticking with Virginia on this one. Even though it's
Yeah, it's
too
not a
close to
bad pick.
call.
It could easily go your way. That's a 50-50 ball game. I wouldn't bet no money on it though. But that's yeah, that is a 50-50 game right there.
Hi, Karina.
Corina. Yeah, that's a 50-50 game. Just I wouldn't bet on it.
Thanks for the 7 that are actively watching right now. Appreciate it. If you are new, please hit the subscribe button. It'd be greatly appreciated. All right. So the next game that we're going to talk about, it's really this one and the Miami game is probably the game of the week. We're talking about the Vanderbilt Commodores. They're going to Tuscaloosa to take on the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Yep. If Vanderbilt wins that game, they're sitting in the driver's seat to make the SEC
The
championship
SEC
game.
championship, yeah.
I think they might pull it off. I do, especially after Alabama coming off that win with Georgia. They think they're invincible right now. So I think overconfidence. I think Vanderbilt's going to beat them, and they're going to beat because Alabama's favored, right?
Bama is favored by 10.5 points.
I think. Yep. I think Alabama might win the game. Okay, because I got that even right now, but 10.5 points, no way. Vanderbilt's going to beat that spread. That game might be a 3-point game.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
7.
could see that. I'll go with you on that one. I
Yep,
kind of
I
figured
really
that as
do. I
well.
think Vandy has got no respect. I think nobody thinks. I think everybody thinks they're bums. I think that this is the year that this team's going to show the world that they got a good team. Like that team, that game is going to be the game. Like if they choke and get blown out, then we know Vanderbilt was just kind of riding high on that adrenaline or something.
Right.
But I think they're going to go shock them and beat the spread for sure. I think they're even going to win. I kind of feel like they're going to win by like 3 or 1 point or 2 points or something. But
I think the upset's possible, but yeah, I'm going with Bama by like a field goal.
yeah, Bama still might win, but because of the spread, I'm going to say with the spread, I still say yeah, Vandy's going to win. But yeah, they still might lose the game. I got the game like dead even, man. I keep going back and forth with this one. because it's hard to go against Alabama at home, especially coming off a win with Georgia.
Yeah.
But they're all banged up too from that big fight with Georgia. That was a dog fight, that game. I know. I think I'm gonna still say Vanderbilt's gonna come surprise them, but I don't know. I just think they're gonna beat the spread. But yeah, does this I mean, not Miami. I keep thinking about Miami too, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Vanderbilt's gonna win that or not. That's such an even game.
I got you, Karina. As long as you're here, I'll make you blue.
Can you make green? You make her blue? Yeah,
There you go.
yeah. Just say yeah. Go ahead and time out the. Yeah, go ahead and time out Bean. Now that you got a wrench, try it out. Yeah, you got to test that wrench, Karina. Smack Beanie down there. Make sure it's got some good sharpness to it. That wrench.
Right.
No, don't do it for real. Because what it does, it deletes all the comments. When you time somebody out, it whacks
Yeah,
all the
it's
comments.
true.
We need the comments. So yeah, don't play
Yeah, we
around.
need all the comments for algorithm purposes.
Yeah.
All right, so we got number 7 Penn State after the loss to Oregon. They're traveling to LA to take on Nico Iamaleava and the UCLA Bruins, who are straight up trash.
We know for a fact they're going to win that game. Okay, there's just no scenario that they're not going to win that game. Penn State will win that game, but what's the spread? That's what concerns me.
24.5.
That is a lot of points, man. I still say Penn State's going to do it because I think Penn State's upset. I think they need to they need to stay right behind Ohio State
I
so that they have a
personally
chance.
am very drawn on this one because I would love nothing more to see Penn State go out there and beat them by like 50. Because I can't stand Nico at this point. He's done messed up everything in college football. But
I think they're going to do it. I think 24 is not that much. I think you got a messed up UCLA team right now. I mean, I see them beating the spread. I do. I think they're going to beat the spread too. I'm going Penn State all the way on that.
yeah, I'm going Penn State all the way.
That program has it's a damn mess. That's boy, they're a mess right now.
All seriousness aside, UCLA Nico will probably have at least 4 interceptions by halftime.
I don't even
It,
think I thought they. I don't think he's playing anymore. I thought
it,
he went in the transfer protocol and they took him off the roster.
he is in the transfer portal, but he is still playing.
Okay, I thought he was pulled off the roster. I thought I read somewhere where he wasn't playing any more games.
Oh, Beanie, we're gonna play that game now. I don't have a wrench in yours because you don't have a wrench in mine. But yet you have a wrench on my scratching channel. Okay.
Yeah, we haven't had that many trolls in here. One or two.
Yeah,
That's
no,
it.
not many. We
Very
had
few.
one spam the chat yesterday, but other than that.
Yeah.
All right. Now the other one that we talked about before going live, the Oklahoma game in Norman. It is against Kent State. It's a 45.5 point favorite towards the Sooners of Oklahoma.
No way, because that quarterback is still hurt. They're not going to beat them by that much. Kent State has been scheduling good opponents. Okay. They're not going to get whooped that bad. Those boys are going to learn. You know what I mean? Like they're learning from their mistakes.
Yeah, I see a 28-point game. I do see the spread being broken here, but those Oklahoma will still win. But it will be like a 28-point game, maybe even as low as a 21-point game. But
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, Kent State really stinks, but they are getting better. They're getting experience, and with that quarterback out, they got a new quarterback in there. So I don't know. I just don't see it being that many points. I mean, but you said what was it, 40 something?
Oklahoma is favored 45.5 points to
Nah,
Kent
somebody's
State.
over there smoking wacky weed, man. There's no way. There's no way, man. No way.
I
No,
know, I know Ruffy would like to see it, but yeah, I see it only being like a 28,
no
maybe
way.
even as low as 21.
Hey, 45 points. No way, man. No way. I'm even going to put that as my number one sure shot to bet on. There's no way. No way. Not without Mateer in there. No way.
All right. Speaking of
That's why.
Ruffy, there's Ruffy.
Yeah. I don't see Ruffy. Yeah, I don't see. I mean, I know Oklahoma's going to win, but by that many points, nah, man, that's crazy. There's no way they're going to win by that many points without Mateer playing.
Wilma, there was a late night panel last night, but it was on
Way Out Joe.
Way
That's where
Out
we were.
Joe.
Yeah, Bean and me were up there on the panel. Way Out Joe's channel, and he fell asleep there for a long time, actually.
Golly, he didn't wake up until, well, I don't know if he did wake up. It kicked off at 11:59, 11 hours and 59 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, he was sleeping good up there, man. Little roughy.
All right, next game is the number 11 Texas Tech Raiders taking on the Houston Cougars at Houston.
Houston plays Texas Tech. Tough. What's the point spread on that?
11.5 points towards the Texas Tech Raiders.
I don't know if they're going to beat them by that much.
I don't think so either. I think it's going
I
to be a
don't.
touchdown game.
I think Texas Tech will win, but I don't. I'm not going with that point spread. No way. It's too aggressive. Maybe 8, 9 points, but not 11. No way.
I see 6
No
or
way.
7 personally.
I see 8 or 9 tops. So I would go with the point spread and pick Houston. Plus they're at home. Houston plays pretty good at home. Houston. Them Cougars. Houston. Yeah, I'd put the money to beat the spread and go with Houston.
Y'all are going to notice a trend here because the last couple of games are going to be kind of similar. You got number 6 Texas A&M. They're playing at home against the Mississippi State Bulldogs, who took it to overtime against Tennessee.
Yep.
Texas A&M is favored by 14.5 points, which I think is way too high.
Mm-hmm. I told Whoopi I'm picking Mississippi State. They're not going to beat them by that much. Maybe 10. Maybe. I do think that they'll win, but nah, not by more than 10. I don't see it.
I see it being only a field goal or two personally.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, we go with Mississippi State in that because of the spread. Even though I think what's his name's going to win. Damn, I just had brain fart. Who is it? Who is it again?
Texas A&M Aggies.
Oh, Texas A&M. That's right, A&M, not Texas. Okay, I got Texas in my brain too. But yeah, Texas A&M. Yeah, they're pretty good, but yeah, I don't think they're going to win by more than 10. No way. Yeah, A&M.
And then the second game of the week, we got the number 3 Miami Hurricanes traveling to Tallahassee to take on the Florida State Seminoles, who just got beat by Virginia last week. Miami is favored by 4.5 points at this
I'm going to go
juncture.
with Miami only because of what they've done with that defense. And I normally would pick Florida State, but I've seen the defense dominate. I've seen the offensive line, which might be the number 2 or 3 line in the entire football conference, dominate. The way that's how they won the Florida game. I mean,
Yeah.
because of that offensive line. So I think that offensive line and that defense is what's going to wind up winning And the point spread, though, is I'm not happy about that, but I'm going to say Miami by 6. That's what I'm going to say. Miami by 6. But
Well,
yeah,
I mean, Florida State, they're always tough at home. That crowd, once they're
yeah,
in it, it is rough. But
it's a
I
rivalry game too.
I
So
find it so hard to believe after going 2-10 last year that they are that much better. So
me too.
I still see Miami winning by 10. I see it definitely being over the spread.
Yeah, I'm seeing a 6-point win, but it could be more. It could want to be a 21-point blowout. I mean, you just don't know. If Castellanos is hurt at all, like which they got him listed as probable, but I don't believe he's hurt that much.
Yeah.
He does definitely does have some bumps and bruises on him though. So if they get a couple big hits on him, they can knock him out of the game. And yeah, I mean, then it will be a big difference because Castellano is a runner. He's kind of like a Lamar Jackson type player. He
Yeah,
runs.
he can
Yeah,
be in the pocket, but he can bust that pocket and run if he needs to.
yeah, that's the biggest concern. And Miami really hasn't faced too many quarterbacks like that. So I don't know. I still think Miami should have this game, but it's Castellano if he pulls out like some kind of like if he comes out with some all-star performance, he alone could maybe beat Miami. Maybe I mean you just never know with a quarterback if he makes the plays. But I'm still going with Miami. I just don't think it's going to be like you say, turn around a 2-10 team and just flip flop them to a 2-10 to a 10-2.
Right.
I don't think it's really quite possible. They didn't even get that many people on the transfer protocol. So yeah, a lot
Yeah.
of people just grew up a lot. But I still say Miami's got to get it by 6 points.
Yeah, that talent that transferred into Miami has really made a difference in that program
Oh
this
yeah,
year.
Miami was highly active with the nil and the transfer protocols. They really did, boy. They took full advantage, and they bought a roster with all the holes they needed.
Yeah, Carson Beck, he's been uh more than what I expected out of him. But then again, he broke up with the girlfriend, so he's been solely focused on football. That was his saving grace right there.
Yeah,
Um, but
yeah. He broke up with the girlfriend. She was a basketball player on the team on the women's basketball team.
I think something with along the lines of that both of their NILs were conflicting and they got into an argument or something. I remember hearing something about it. Anyways, yeah, it didn't bode too well. So, and then the last game what we're talking about here is the number one in the country, Ohio State Buckeyes are at home in the shoe against Coach PJ Fleck and the Minnesota Gophers. Ohio
Yeah,
State is favored by 23.5.
that's an aggressive point spread, and I don't know if they're going to make it. Let me look at the Gophers, Minnesota Gophers football. Yeah, let me look at this because okay, they're sixth in the big. Okay, Minnesota is not a trash team. They have
Mm-mm.
3 wins, 1 loss. I'm
Yeah,
thinking they might beat that spread. Let me look at these guys a little bit closer. Let's look at the wins that they've had. Let's see what they've had already. Let's see. Okay, they're going to play. Okay, so they beat Rutgers, which Rutgers was an okay team.
yeah.
They beat Rutgers by just a field goal. Now, here's what concerns me, though. California Bears, they stink, and they lost to the California Bears. Okay, but
Actually,
then they,
California only has one loss.
yeah, just I don't know. I'm not a big fan of them. Okay, they beat Buffalo, which is another kind of slack team, by just 13 points. But it was opening game jitters. Then they won Northwest State. They got 66-0 over them. And then, like I said, the California Bears, they lost by 13 points to them. Well, it was at California. But then they beat Rutgers. let me see.
Wilma, I know
Well,
that you're doing those sheet games. Um, I know that you want to go for Ohio State, but I'm telling you, 23.5 points is a little
yeah,
high. If you do go for them, I would be aiming a little bit lower, like a 14-point type game. Um, but yeah, I think Ohio State will win for sure, but it won't be by 23.5.
yeah, they have Ohio State winning 95%. 95%. That's pretty high.
It is a high
Um,
percentage.
yeah, I'm looking right now to see. Okay, and here's what's interesting. I think is um, the most that anybody scored so far on Minnesota for the year is 27 points. So their defense is only allowed 27 points to California, and that was it. So of the 4 games they played, nobody scored more than 27 on them. And what's the spread?
It's 23.5.
Boy, I don't know. Ohio State at home. Oh man, that is really a tough one. It's really a tough one. Oh man, those odds makers. I think that's kind of a really close call right there.
Yeah, 23.5 is just a little high. I see it being like about a 14-point game, maybe 17 at the most. Um, like 35-16 type game.
Yeah, I don't know if Ohio State's gonna beat them by that many points. I mean, we know Ohio State's gonna win that game, no matter what. But
Yeah, Ohio State's going to win, yes, but
I just don't know if they're gonna beat them by that many points. Um, I mean, because California put up on 27 on them, I guess I'm gonna barely pick Ohio State to even cover the spread. But I think this might be the biggest mistake I'm making picking that.
okay. Well, let me ask you this question because Wilma's doing those sheet type games where she has to write down um the spread on a chart. If you were writing down the point differential, what would you go with?
About 25 points, which is like a half a point over the damn spread. I think it's going to be about a 25-point win. I think that the experts got that pretty much nailed on the head. I think they're going to get just over that, but I could easily see it going the other way around.
My gut's telling me it's going to be about a two touchdown game, maybe 17 points at the most.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Rocky, but I don't know. Like Ohio State is really due for like a really good bust out game. I haven't seen them do that yet this year, like except for like once. I just feel like they're going to bust loose on Minnesota. I think they're going to be all over them. I don't know. I think with the Miami, with them playing good and all these other teams, I think that they're. I don't know. I just feel like they're going to like really tune up because they got Oregon coming up, they got Penn State coming up. I think they're. I think they're going to be aggressive and they're going to really just go. They're going to just take it out on poor Minnesota. That's what I feel. But yeah, I could see it even be a 35-point win. Yeah, I mean, losing to California by that many points, if they wouldn't have had that loss, I probably would have went, that they would beat the spread. But losing to California by that many points, I don't know. I
All
think.
right. Well, if Minnesota loses by less than 23 points, you just remember what I said.
Oh, he's probably right. I have a lot of faith in Ohio State right now because I've seen what Ohio State has coming, and I think they're going to really pour it on, and that's why I'm picking them to even beat the spread.
It's just that PJ Fleck is a really good coach. He brought the
Yeah,
Minnesota Gophers from nothing to being a bowl eligible team every year. So, um, I still seeing it like 35 to 14, maybe 35 to 17.
I mean,
Uh,
Rocky's right. Only one team has scored 27 points. Like what I told you guys, that's it. But nobody, but this is by far the biggest team they faced so far is Ohio State. So if, I don't know. I know it's real close though. But had Cali not got 27 on them, I would be going the other way. Yeah, because I don't think Cali's any good. Let me see. Let me see. California Golden Bears football schedule. Yeah, they play, and guess what? Duke goes to California and plays, and then North Carolina. Because see,
yeah.
they joined the ACC.
Mm-hmm.
But so far, I mean, California, right? They did beat Boston College at Boston College. But San Diego State spanked them 34-0. And California, like I said, they beat Minnesota, and then 35-3 over Texas Southern, and then they beat Oregon State, which is not the same team they used to be.
True.
So yeah, I mean, Cali and Minnesota are kind of what you call untested right now. They're untested. That's the
Yeah.
problem. That's some serious speculation right now. Boy, there's a bunch of people went live. Taco went live. Tower went live. Guitar Boys went live. And just saying, there's a lot of places for everybody to go tonight after we're done here.
Karina, I haven't been working for over a month. I've been focused on weight loss.
Text guy. Yeah, that's what's great about Wolfie. It's like he's not wasting his time. Like if Wolf's not going to work, at least he's working on his diet. So he's making damn good use of this time. Because that's
Are
what you should be doing. And I blew it because I remember during the pandemic, I said to myself, I'm going to get myself in shape. And what did I do? I got fatter. So, when you got opportunities to maybe be off from work or have a light work schedule, if you don't have your body tip top shape, you really need to focus on getting your body in shape.
and I'm officially down 220 this week.
Yep. Wolfie's doing real good on the weight loss. Yep.
Hey, text guy.
Yeah, you text guy, another guy you can give a wrench to. I don't know how long he'll come to the channel, but I got him as a managing mod on my channel. He's been around a long time on YouTube. Wolfie, I seen him in 2018, the first time I ever seen him.
Yeah, he's a mod in a lot of channels.
Yeah, I've seen him in 2018 and I interacted with him in 2019 and especially 2020.
Text guy, if you don't want that wrench, you just let me know, okay?
Yeah. He's a good one because when the channel gets bigger, you do a promotion right now and then you won't have to worry about it later on. You have some damn good mods.
Yeah, because I mean, you never know if this channel starts taking off, and I start getting the equipment to make it better. I mean, you're looking at there could even be sponsorships. I mean, this could become a really big thing. You never know.
Yeah, we figure if we can make 80% of our predictions to be correct, then that's what's going to bring people.
Yeah, which we haven't been too far off. We've been
Yeah,
off on some, but
you got
we've been more right than
FanDuel.
we have been wrong.
Yeah, Prize Picks, FanDuels, and there's another one. There's three major ones out there. I forgot the three, but yeah, FanDuel, Prize Picks, and some other one. You start picking winners, and you can get a sponsorship.
Yeah, another big one is BetMGM.
Yeah, there's still another one, but I can't remember the name of the other one.
BetMGM is the Las Vegas one.
Cool.
Yeah, Tasty Guy, we talked about that game. Georgia's favored, but
Yeah, what was the spread on that Kentucky game?
see,
Wasn't it something super crazy?
it was like 20.5 or something like that. Yeah, 20.5.
Yeah, that's what do we do? We went Georgia to win for sure.
I said Georgia to win for sure, but against the spread. I think we both said that.
Yeah, we don't think Georgia's going to win by 21 or whatever, do we?
No, I think it will be like a 14-point game, maybe even a
Yeah.
10-point game.
Yeah, from a gambling standpoint, we think it might be better to go with Kentucky to beat the spread.
Yeah. Now, when you're doing sports gambling, especially when it comes to the spread, it doesn't mean that you're betting against your favorite team, saying that they're going to lose. It's just that they're not going to win as much as you thought that they
Yeah,
might. So, um, just keep that in mind when you're going to make your picks. Is I made that mistake when I first started doing the sports betting. Is I was like, I'm not betting for my team to lose. That just don't sound right, and I had it wrong. It was that the spread is below, just below what they're predicting that they'll win by. So once I figured that out, I started doing pretty good. So.
yeah, yeah. A lot of people don't realize that.
Now there are different things like on the ESPN app. You got the ones that's by the spread. Then you got the ones that are just who's going to win, who's going to lose, and you get points for picking the right winner. And then there's another one that is called the betting collective, which you rank the games 1 through 10. 10 being the most sure, it gives you the most points. 1 being the least sure, and it gives you the least amount of points. And it's a little bit safer to play that way, but uh, the money's in the spread.
Yeah, I
Yeah, there.
can't believe so many people. There was a bunch of people that went live tonight. I keep forgetting it's Friday night. It does not feel like a Friday night, guys, at all.
I know,
Not at
but
all. It
but
does
but
not.
but I mean, I was watching the chat. Everybody's dying for a panel after last night. So.
Yeah, I got a couple commitments over here. I do. I got to help a few people that I always. Yeah, there's a.
I mean, I'm going to do a panel live on my Scratch channel, but it's not going to be until the beginning of next week, though. Um, just because of certain things going around, which I'm not going to talk about. But that pretty much concludes today. Appreciate for all you that were watching the whole time. It's appreciated. Um, and then just be sure to tune in for our post week coverage for not only college football but also the NFL. We're going to have 2 separate ones, so you'll want to tune in, see what happened, and all that stuff. So, um, I think we're still probably aiming for what, Tuesday on that one, Ted?
Probably. I mean, we just don't know. Sometimes we just got to go when we both have the same schedule, like when
Yeah,
we connect on our schedules.
yeah. Sometimes with the social media platforms, it's kind of hard to get together sometimes. But
Yeah, our
um,
only deadline is the games. We always try to force. We're trying to get kind of scheduled and regular, but all we can promise you is that we're going to do it before the games. You know what I mean? Like, we know that's the ultimate deadline, but
Yeah,
hopefully eventually.
like tonight is 9:19. We knew that the game was going to be starting at 10:30 tonight, the BYU game, so we knew we had to at least get it in before then.
Yeah, I don't think people bet a lot on those Friday night games, but you never know.
Ruffy may go live later. Haven't decided yet.
Yeah, Ruffy. Yeah, hope Ruffy. He's another one you can make moderator, but
Yeah,
because he does watch football. I didn't think about that. I mean, he favors Oklahoma stuff, but Ruffy does watch football. I'm just saying, scoop up your mods now so that when you get bigger, you ain't got to worry about it. You already have like 10 mods. You'd be good.
yeah.
I think you're only going to need about 10. You've already got like 6, I think. So let me see, because you got me, you got Nora, you got Wilma, you got Karina, you got
And
Text
Taste
Guy.
Guy, and now
Yeah.
Ruffy, so that's 6.
Yeah, see, yeah. So you could do up to like 10. I think you'll be good. But yeah, cherry pick these good ones now. And a lot of people, when you do make a mod, believe it or not, they actually will try to come to your channel because they know that they're one of a low number, and they'll try to come to the channel more often to help you. So I've noticed that too.
Now, if y'all know of anybody that's into sports betting, be sure to share this out. It might help them along the way. You never know.
Yeah, we're starting to look at more of the statistics and the spreads. So we're trying to, like, we're telling you who's going to win, but we're also telling you if you get a bet, maybe where you want to put your money at.
Yeah, the statistics actually helped me out when I was looking at the Alabama Georgia game, and I wound up getting that one right. So
Yeah, I thought Georgia was going to beat Alabama. Yeah, Rocky called it correctly. I got it wrong. I just thought Georgia was going to dominate, and they didn't. They got whooped. I didn't see it coming. I thought Georgia was better than what they were, and that O line has not improved that much from last year. That's why a lot of big reason why Gunner hasn't done much, and why Beck didn't do a whole lot.
but you see, as long as I played football and I actually coached football for a short time, from what I know, I just go in my gut. And most of the time, my gut steers me in the right direction. I've been wrong from time to time. I was definitely wrong last week about Florida State, that's for sure.
Yeah, see, I think that's why Miami has got maybe some nice teams coming up because they focus on the offensive line, and people don't realize how important that offensive line is to get those elite guys because that's what makes your run game. That's what makes your pass game. That's what protects your quarterback. So the O line by far is probably the best part of your offense. You know what I mean? It just is. You keep the defensive linemen off you. I mean, it helps your quarterback, helps the running back, helps the receivers. I mean, in Miami's always been known to have a good defense. And then see, now you got Heatherman in there, and now you're getting good defense. I think Miami's going to be like one of the elite teams to watch for the rest of the 2000s.
Ruffy,
They're gonna,
I've been trying to do a short that references the live stream, but yeah, once we know more along the lines of when we're going live and that type of deal, yeah, I agree with you. I need to start promoting the live stream. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, what we've noticed, Ruffy, is we're getting a lot of replays. We got a replay squad out there watching the replays.
Yeah, it's crazy that like this yesterday's stream, I guarantee you we only had maybe what 5, maybe 6 people
Yeah,
watching the
maybe
whole
a
time.
total of 10 for the whole stream.
And when I went and looked at the statistics, there was over 100 views. So I mean,
Yep.
so they're definitely rewatching the stream. But
Yeah, we're gaining traction because I think a lot of people are gambling and they listen and they're picking up things. People pick up things from us that nobody else has, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to help the gamblers, and we're also trying to help just the fun bettors too. the fans and stuff. And there's these pools that go on. We all know how the office pool is, and there's a lot of shenanigans going on. We know that.
And that's why I'm trying to as accurately give you what I know, so that way you can make a more accurate decision on your pool. So
Yep, there's all kinds of things. I've seen people play at offices to be able to host a party, like a barbecue and stuff. I've seen some crazy things where these people will play all season long, and then the winner gets to have like a Christmas party at their house, or it's crazy, or a barbecue. Like I've seen people play for all kinds of things.
I've seen a pool where it was $50 entries and the winner took all.
Yep.
I mean, there's a lot of money in those pools sometimes.
Yeah, I've seen money. I've seen even people playing for the to be able to host parties and stuff.
Yeah.
Where they play for fun, kind of. I've seen some crazy things. So yeah, people just like to bet, I guess, whether it's for money or for favors or whatever. It's just, I don't know. It's just an extra thing to occupy your mind. Yeah, I don't know if I want to go live either tonight. I mean, I kind of want to, but you know why I don't want to is I don't want to. I don't want to have a bunch of drama up there on the channel like the other night.
Yeah, there's too much going on this week. That's why I said I'll probably do a panel at this going into next week. I think
Yeah.
this is a good time to let everything kind of simmer back down a little bit,
Yep.
and and then do it. So,
That's why I didn't go live last night, because I don't know when this hostile drama is going to finish.
but I mean, me or Ted, either one, we don't have to go into details about what's going on. Most of y'all know what's going on. So, as long as
Yep.
everybody's minding their P's and Q's, we'll be back going like we normally do by next week. So just one day at a time. One day at a time. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this week. Now, starting next week, I am going to attempt to go live on Saturday myself and do a game cast where I'm talking about the game.
Well, that'd be cool.
And we're going to try that out. So, if you all like the kind of the radio field, that will kind of be what this will be like. I'll probably be like Ted with my logo, and I'll just be talking about the game. So, um, in fact, I'll probably go ahead and schedule that one out probably at the start of next week, and then I'll go ahead and do a short for it. That way, because I know that one I am doing. So, um, and if
I
it
was
goes
pretty
well
quick.
enough, I might do it for Miami on a week or something. I don't know, but I'm going to try it next week and see how it goes. So
Yeah. Some more good games coming. Like I said, I just don't know what Miami's made of. I mean, I got to quit hating on them. I looked at like the statistics. That's what I did, because I was going to pick FSU. And I'm like, wait a minute, why am I picking FSU? It's because I'm hating on Miami. But when I went and looked at statistics across the statistics, Miami should smoke FSU by at least 7.
yeah, no question.
Yep. So that's why I changed it, because I had picked FSU, and I changed it because I don't know, like that rivalry game, it just never goes the way you think it does. Like if it was in Miami, there would be no question whatsoever that they would win. I'd have no worries at all. But because it's at FSU, that's what concerns me. Okay, this is the first time Beck's going to be rattled all year long. Okay, because he's playing basically away. He's going to be his first hostile atmosphere that he goes to for the whole year.
Yeah.
They've been having all these home games against tough teams. They had Notre Dame at home. Had that been in Notre Dame, I think Notre Dame would have won. Had that been in Florida, maybe Florida would have won. So,
Yeah.
this is the first big test for Beck at a away from home. He's had the luxury of having tough games at home, and that's what concerns me. That Florida State is going to pull the upset.
Now, this is another thing to keep in mind too. If you look at it on paper, Tennessee whooped the crap out of Mississippi State, but it went in overtime.
Yeah.
I mean,
I still see. Yeah, I think Tennessee should have won that Georgia game. I still think they should have.
Yeah. Now that came to a pretty lousy coaching decision at the end of the game is what happened there. Tennessee had the ball with about a minute and a half left on the clock. They ticked off 30 seconds before they even took the first snap. And then they were rushing to get down the field. And then they missed a field goal. And then they had to go into overtime. So they literally played for the field goal. They weren't playing to win.
Yeah, that was messed up.
And then once they got into overtime, they didn't really put up much steam, and they went for the field goal instead of going for the touchdown. And then after that, it was pretty much history because Georgia just went right down the field on them, the 25 yards to score a touchdown. So, it's not rocket science. You got out coached there in the last minute of the game and in overtime. So,
Yep.
which some of that may come with experience, but I think some of it had to go with the offensive coordinator, which they're working on that right now. In fact, I have word that a former offensive coordinator is back on the coaching staff now as a what is it called? An offensive analyst or something like that. Do you remember the name of Cheney that was an offensive coordinator back in the early 2000s?
Oh yeah, I don't remember, but man. That was man, it's a long time ago.
But yeah, he's back at Tennessee now. They hired him this week as an analyst, so maybe that will help him. I don't know.
Yeah, I've heard Tennessee and Texas. They saw what Miami did, and I've heard that they've opened their nil wallets, and yeah, Miami may get some players, but look for Tennessee and Texas to be right there with them, and LSU too. They're all opening up the wallets.
Yep. And then
And if
for
Clemson doesn't, Dabo is about to get fired. Dabo better embrace that nil, or he's out too, because that's what happened. He didn't embrace the nil. He didn't embrace the transfer portal, and times are changing. And if Dabo's going to be stubborn, he's going to be out. He's not going to be their Clemson coach anymore.
yeah, and then they just recently brought back Phil Fulmer. His assignment for Tennessee is bringing back the alumni for recruits. So that may help in
That's
recruiting.
that will definitely help because you got proven NFL players coming back to recruit for you, and Miami's doing it too. We got Jason Taylor on our staff down here as defensive back coach. When because he was played at Miami Dolphins, and
Yeah.
you got Michael Irvin been hanging out down here, been helping get us receivers. There's some other people coming here. We got Jimmy Johnson, a big '80s coach that was with the Cowboys, brought championships.
I
He's
mean,
down here helping
you're
Miami. That well,
you're looking at this last week when they were down at Mississippi State. They had some recruits there at the Mississippi State game. They had Al Wilson. He brought in Al Wilson. He brought in Jamal Lewis. He also had Peerless Price there. all from that '98 national championship team.
Yeah, we've had all these people here in Miami, and that's why it's been helping Miami a lot. They were there for Notre Dame. They were there for Florida. But yeah, I mean, I couldn't believe it. Jimmy Johnson was there. Michael Irvin. I think Ray Lewis was here. I mean, all these
Yeah.
great players, these legends were down here, and it's helped Miami. And now look at them. If they win this game and they don't stumble, oh, they're going to probably be playing Ohio State for the title. They're going to have to beat Ohio State, though. That's not easy to do.
No, it's not. But yeah, that didn't take long at all. It actually took less than I thought. We're at a hour and 5 minutes, so
Yeah, we could have finished up in an hour if we really wanted.
yeah.
Yeah, there's just a lot of my friends are live right now. But yeah, Q apparently is sick from his surgery. So the guitar guys, I always do that at 9:00. They Q is down and out, but we got John DeShane and a new guy named Joe Alba. I don't know his name. I think it's Papa Blue. I think that's his name, Papa Blue. Something like that. Yeah, Joe Alba. Who is this guy? Now they're over there playing music. And even Taco's live. We could go raid Taco. Let me go see if Taco's still live.
All right.
Taco finished up already. He did a 45-minute live. He's done.
24 with them.
Yeah. That's an old. Oh, that's from 4 weeks ago. He posted it late. I don't know what he's. That was an old thing from Taco.
Huh.
Yeah. But there's still a lot of people live. Yeah, I thought it was unusual that he was live again because he was just live yesterday, I think. I've got tickets to cash in too
Yeah.
for me and Tower. So yeah, I'm just letting you guys know we did get profit session on that. We did some tickets on my channel, and yeah, Tower's giving me the green light to go reacquire black box tickets, which are end tickets. So that's good news about that. I just don't know when I'll get them though, Wolfie. I don't know. I mean, you know how hard it is to find those end tickets.
Oh, I know. I know.
Yes. People ain't stupid. You know, they know those end tickets win. I got to go to the store first thing tomorrow because they didn't put them back out and see if they put new books out tomorrow morning. I got to scoop up 2 more black box tickets right there.
Right.
Yep,
Although
300X.
me personally, I've never had any luck with black box tickets.
Yeah, I do pretty well on them. I get about a 50% win ratio on them, which is, you know, about, I don't know, 20% better than the average. I just do, you know, I just, at least Florida does.
But yeah, we had some peak times here. I think the algorithms are starting to push me out a little bit because I saw towards the beginning we had like 30, and then there towards the middle we had like 25, and so apparently it's starting to push me out a little bit. So
That's good.
but yeah, I just know I myself I'm not going to do a panel until next week. So
I know, right?
the dolphin.
Do them dolphins, them big old dolphins. Yeah, boy, look at that. Look at that little scruffy there. Look at that little scruffy Wolfie.
Yeah, that scruff.
Yeah, Joy called this thing a French tickler. Is that what that thing's called? That's what she called it today when I sent her a picture of it.
I guess you could call it that. It's a goatee.
Well, that's what she called it, French tickler. Yeah, let's not make things too weird on here. All right, still
But
two
yeah,
people here. Yeah, Wilm, I guess head over to the Guitar Boys. There's some new people over there.
do the wolf howl for Wilma. Ow!
Yeah, there's Larry's over here. He's another guy that goes up and plays for the Guitar Boys.
All right, everybody. We'll see you on the next one.
Yep. 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 Yep.